After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the role of international organizations is important as they help with matters of war and peace and help countries cooperate to make better living conditions for us all. United Nations is a world organization which has been established to maintain peace in the world. The potential reform of the United Nations Security Council is an interesting case of the reform process and its difficulties. This chapter highlights the role of international organizations, India's involvement in the United Nations, and its view of Security Council reforms, and other transnational organizations in dealing with the world. Now, a question arises why? What is the need? Why do we need international organizations? We'll discuss a few points here. An international organization is created by and responds to states. It comes into being when states agree to its creation. International organizations help in matters of war and peace. They help countries to cooperate to create better living conditions all over the world. Usually, nations can see that there are some things they must do together. They produce information and ideas about how to cooperate and produce common platform to discuss contentions, issues and find peaceful solutions by mechanisms, rules and bureaucracy. The UN is generally regarded as the most important international organization in today's world. Now we will discuss in brief about the evolution of the UN. Evolution of the UN. When we go back, we found that the United Nations was founded as a successor to the League of Nations immediately after the Second World War. You can say it was the first organization that is working all over the world. It was established in 1945. It was set up through the signing of the UN Charter by 51 states. By 2006, the United Nations had 192 member states, including almost all independent states. At present, the United Nations has 193 member states to prevent international conflicts and to facilitate cooperation. The UN's main organs are the General Assembly and Security Council. The UN Security Council consists of 5 permanent members: the US, Russia, France, China, and the UK, who enjoy veto power. The UN's representative head is Secretary General. The objective of UN is to prevent international conflict and to facilitate cooperation among states. There are different structures and agencies of the UN. These include like World Health Organization WHO, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, the United Nations Human Rights Commission UNHRC, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees UNHCR, etc. All these organizations work in an efficient manner to bring the world together. Reform of the United Nations after the Cold War. Reforms and improvement are necessary for any organization to perform better. The UN is also not an exception. After the Cold War, some of the changes occurred which affected the functioning of the UN, that is, collapse of Soviet Union, emergence of China and India as rising powers, entry of new members, and confrontations with the challenges like genocide, civil war, ethnic conflict, terrorism, nuclear proliferation, etc. There have been demands to bring reforms in the UN. 2 demands have been raised, that is, reform of the organization's structures and processes and review of the issues that fall within the jurisdiction of the organization. On the reform of structures and processes, there has been the demand to increase the membership of permanent and non-permanent in UN Security Council. On the issues within the jurisdiction of the UN, some countries want the organization to play a greater role in peace and security missions, while some other countries want the role of UN to be confined to development and humanitarian work. Next is reform of structures and processes of the United Nations. A resolution was adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1992 over the reforms in the Security Council. The resolution reflected three main complaints. To look into the complaints over the restructuring of the United Nations on 1st January 1997, the UN Secretary General Kofi Annan initiated an inquiry into how the UN should be reformed. Criteria for inclusion of a new member was decided. Some of them were that a new member must be a major economic and military power, a substantial contributor to the UN budget. Different governments saw advantages in some criteria and disadvantages in others depending on their interests and aspirations. A demand to abolish the veto power altogether was also raised. Many perceived the veto to be in conflict with the concept of democracy and sovereign equality in the UN. Permanent members have two privileges, that is, veto power and permanency in the Security Council. By veto power means that if a permanent member casts a veto in a negative manner, then it may state the decision. Without veto power, there is the danger that the great powers would lose interest in the world body, and without their support, the body would be ineffective. Jurisdiction of the United Nations. A meeting was held in September 2005 to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the United Nations and to review the situation. The leaders in this meeting decided some steps that should be taken to make the UN more relevant in the changing content. Steps include establishment of a Human Rights Council, creation of a Democracy Fund, an agreement to wind up the Trusteeship Council, etc. India and the UN reforms. India has always supported the restructuring of the United Nations. It believes that a strengthened and revitalized UN is desirable in a changing world. The most important demand of India is regarding the restructuring of the Security Council. It supports an increase in the number of both permanent and non-permanent members. It also argues that an expanded council with more representatives will enjoy greater support in the world community. India itself wishes to be a permanent member in a restructured UN. India is the world's largest democracy and the second most populous country in the world. The country's economic emergence on the world stage is another factor that perhaps justifies India's claim to a permanent seat in the Security Council. Despite India's wish to be a permanent veto-holding member of the United Nations, some countries question its inclusion. They are concerned about Indo-Pak relations, India's nuclear capabilities, etc. Next is the United Nations in a unipolar world. It is believed by many countries that the reform and restructuring of the UN could help the UN cope better with a unipolar world in which the United States was the most powerful country. The United States stands as the only superpower after the disintegration of USSR. Hence, US power cannot be easily checked. Within the UN, the influence of the US is considerable. As the single largest contributor to the UN, the US has unmatched financial power. The UN is not, therefore, a great balance to the US. Nevertheless, in a unipolar world in which the US is dominant, the UN can and has served to bring the US and the rest of the world into discussions over various issues. The UN is an imperfect body, but without it, the world would be worse off. It is important for people to use and support the UN and other international organizations in ways that are consistent with their own interests. Now we have to discuss about other international organizations. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is an international organization that looks upon international financial institutions and regulations. It has 188 member countries. World Bank is an important international organization created during Second World War in 1944. It provides loans and grants to the member countries, especially developing countries. World Trade Organization WTO is an international organization set up in 1995 as the successor to the General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs. It sets the rules for global trade. It has 157 member countries. International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA is an international organization established in 1957. It seeks to promote the peaceful use of nuclear energy and to prevent its use for military purpose. Amnesty International is an international non-government organization (NGO) which campaigns for the protection of human rights all over the world. Human Rights Watch is an international NGO which is involved in research and advocacy on human rights. Revision of the chapter in the form of main points. 1. International organizations help countries to cooperate to create better living conditions all over the world and provide common platform to discuss contentious issues and find peaceful solutions by a mechanism, rules and bureaucracy. 2. The United Nations was founded as a successor to League of Nations immediately after the Second World War. Third, the United Nations has 192 member states to prevent international conflicts to facilitate cooperation. The UN's main organs are the General Assembly and Security Council. The UNSC consists of 5 permanent members, that is, the US, Russia, France, China, and the UK, who enjoy veto power. The UN's representative head is Secretary General. 4. The UN consists of many specialized agencies to deal with social and economic issues like WHO, UNDP, UNHRG, UNHCR, UNICEF, UNICEF, and UNESCO to work in an efficient manner and to bring the world together. 5. After the Cold War, some of the changes occurred which affected The functioning of the UN, that is, the collapse of Soviet Union, emergence of China and India as rising powers, entry of new members and confrontations with the challenges like genocide, civil war, ethnic conflict, etc. 6. They faced two kinds of reforms over the time, that is, organization structure and processes and a review of the issues that fall within jurisdiction of the United Nations. 7. In 1992, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution over the reform of UN complaining no longer representation by contemporary powers, dominance of few countries based on Western values, etc. Following these, in January 1997, Kofi Annan, UN Secretary General, initiated on how the UN should be reformed. 8. Since 1997 onwards, a new member to be added to the UN should fulfill the parameters of being a major economic and military power, contributor to UN budget, a populous one, should respect democracy and human rights, and to make council more representative. 9. In September 2005, the heads of all member states of the UN took the steps to make the UN more relevant by creating peace building commissions, Human Rights Council, agreement to achieve Millennium Development Goals, condemnation of terrorism, creation of Democracy Fund, and an agreement to wind up Trusteeship Council. 10. India is a big supporter of restructuring of the UN to promote development and cooperation among states, to composition of Security Council, added to include more representation in Council for its political support. 11. Being a citizen of India, we would firmly support India's candidature for the permanent membership of UN Security Council on the grounds to be second most populous country, largest democracy, initiations in the UN, economic emergence, and regular financial contributor to the UN. 12. Some countries question India's inclusion as permanent member in the Security Council on the basis of its troubled relationship with Pakistan, nuclear weapon capabilities, and, if India included, some emerging powers will also be accommodated, like Brazil, Germany. France and the USA advocate that Africa and South America must be represented, for they do not have any representation in the present structure. 13. The UN cannot serve as a balance against US dominance because the US is the only superpower after 1991 and may ignore any international organization economically and militarily. Its veto power also can stop any move damaging its interests as well as enjoys a considerable say in the choice of Secretary General of the United Nations. 14. Despite the above mentioned strong activities of the US, the UN serves a purpose in bringing the world together, in dealing with conflicts and social and economic issues. The UN provides a space within which arguments against specific US attitude and policies are heard and compromised.